Hello everyone and welcome back to the first ever Team Fortress TV 8-team invitational tournament sponsored by ZOWIE. We just brought you guys a really cool match between it and Mix Up. Now we're going to switch it over to 6cuties versus Lost in Translation. I am Bloodsire, being assisted by Dash on Cameraman and DJC, my co-caster. Exciting TF2 has been played so far all day, and we are bringing you all of the action all day long into the evening, and bringing you the best TF2 action we could possibly. DJC, what's going on, man?
Well, first I'm going to swallow this, and then I'll talk, Blood.
While DJC gets his swallowing on, I'm going to need the right connect info. I don't think it's on too, is it?
It is indeed. I am in there right now. I will just paste the STV directly into mobile for you. But yeah, we've seen a couple exciting moments. The 6cuties mix-up game was really, really good. The last round of that IT game was incredible. Hopefully this one will be good. A lot of people wanted to see this match. We've talked about 6cuties already. We got to talk about Lost in Translation, Bloodsire. It's not the Lost in Translation you guys see in ESEA. There's two of those members there in the form of Alpha on Medic and Mela on Soldier, but Mela's pocketing instead of roaming for this version of it. They have Dummy on Demo Man, Clockwork and You Must Mike on Scouts. You Must Mike, also known as Deselect and Healbot, amongst a couple other aliases. And then Tag on Roamer. People are really excited to see this team play. These guys already played earlier today in the first round, and 6cuties won that 5-3. At the time, though, Mike was not there. Lost in Translation, had to sneeze. Lost in Translation had a Ringer Scout. Not really sure who it was, but Mike will hopefully for them perform a little better. They really, I would imagine, expect to beat 6cuties with their full Pug Scrim lineup that they have here. But we'll have to see how it goes. 6cuties have really impressed in what we've seen so far.
Yeah, 6cuties, definitely with a bolstered roster themselves, playing this strong in this tournament, and it's good to see. It's a good core group of guys, and they deserve to win some matches and show everybody that despite the unfortunate season that they've had in Season 15, they are a force to be reckoned with. And of course, Lost in Translation have another opportunity here to show that they are also a force to be reckoned with. As you guys know, Clockwork, the story of Invite the last few seasons has basically been Banny's team, Platinum's team, and Clockwork's team. Unfortunately, because of some issues with ESEA, Clockwork's team didn't get a chance to play. But in this tournament, Clockwork is on a team, so let's see if he can ride this team to victory. Of course, he is trying to fight his way out of the lower bracket. He's got a chance to do that right now with some redemption against 6cuties.
Just a quick note, I'm sure you guys have been hearing this all game. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. I just have a really loud keyboard, cherry blue switches. My mic and keyboard have about 7 feet of separation between them, and it still picks up every noise perfectly loudly. So I am very sorry for that. Unfortunately, can't do a whole lot about it unless I don't want to use my keyboard, but that makes spectating really difficult, I think.
Probably.
Probably.
I would imagine.
Really difficult, I'd say. But yeah, we're gonna do what we can here. I'll do what I can, rather, to minimize the sound that you are hearing. We're just waiting on Sakura, the medic for 6cuties, to get in here. But Blood, we didn't see the first match between these two, even though 6cuties won that. How big of a difference do you think having Mike here instead of the enigmatic bookshelf? How big of a difference do you think that'll be?
I think it's going to make a pretty large difference. The response I got out of the Lit Insider was that whoever Bookshelf was quite rusty, and I think we can guess that. I mean, these guys on the Lost in Translation roster are no they're no mopes. They're really good TF2 players. Mike's a very, very strong scout, and I've gotten the opportunity to watch this team that we're going to see, this roster, play against teams like it and other high-level invite teams, and they've done quite well. So I expect with their quote-unquote full roster, you can't really say that because they're kind of a pug team just for this tournament, but with this roster they're more comfortable with, I'm expecting better things. But I wonder if 6cuties has... did they have Renga for the first one? I know we saw Renga join on that
team.
process.
Renga is on Show Me the
Oh,
Monet.
right. I'm all mixed up here.
Yeah. 6cuties have 3 ringers so far today. They had 3 ringers earlier. Pharaoh's here now. They have Badonsky in on Roamer for Ricky. They have Insom, aka Mosny, in on Scout for Snailboat. I would imagine Sakura is here. Yeah, he's in Spectator right now, so they have everyone else. Just those 2 are ringers. Hopefully Pharaoh doesn't have the same connection issues as before and gets to play this out. I did see he posted on the Team Fortress TV forums about it. I will go find that quote because it's rather funny. We can't tell you if you're being DDoSed, sir. The exact quote that Pharaoh got from his Verizon technical support. So unfortunately, we have no idea if Pharaoh's internet's going to hold up and stabilize. But hopefully it is. It would make it a good game if you were able to stay here the entire time.
I guess we could talk a little bit about the map itself. Granary, one of those maps where middle is very important in TF2, but on Granary it is the most important. If you win middle, you can oftentimes steamroll it to the end of the round and have some very, very quick rounds. As we are going live EJC, since I'm talking, I'm just going to head and I'm going to take the first middle of the Granary, see if my little prediction about the middle point comes true here. And Granary, one of those maps where the speed on the Demo Man, very important. So taking a look at Dummy, he's got a sticky high in the air, trying to stick that upper area where the scouts come out. Gets one on the scout, gets another on the scout. So good job from Dummy right away. Here comes the rest of the team. First frag going to Clockwork onto Brown. So already Clockwork making his mark on the match, and the frags are going in favor of Lost in Translation. Mela takes down Badonsky. Mela with another kill onto Tonepot. Clockwork with the second onto Pharaoh. There was a 5th in there somewhere, and only Sakura left alive. Probably the best player you want left alive, though, is he's going to have... We have Clockwork on the hunt. He is running after Sakura. He's gotten 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots into him. Can he finish it? Finally does. And down goes the Red Medic.
You saw from Clockwork there, nice play. A lot of not so experienced scouts will just fire instantly when they see the medic. Clockwork waited. Sakura could probably hear the footsteps, but Clock waited until he was in nice range, took the shots, got the kill. Right now, Clock's up top, dancing around with this Roamer. We are going to see this push coming in pretty quick here. Uber's going to be popped off. You see Mike gets the first kill on a Bronze. Dummy's dropping some stickies on top of Tonepot's head. He is going to get cleaned up, and the rest aren't even going to get to the point. That is 1 round in 1 minute and 24 seconds for Lost in Translation. So yeah, pretty quick there.
I think this map is really going to favor a team like Lost in Translation with their aggressive players, with their better DM players. Certainly Clockwork's going to be able to get in, do a whole lot of damage around the middle points. 6cuties might be a little overmatched, and it might look a lot worse than it actually is just because of the way the map is designed. You can really steamroll it once you cap that middle and have the Uber advantage. But taking a look at the second middle fight, we're going to have the demos arrive here. It's going to be demo on demo fight as Pharaoh's putting a lot of stickies into Dummy right now. Here come the rest of the team. Players are high bombing in the air. Mela's going to take down Badonsky. Insom takes down Tagaron. A lot of action on the point going on. That red demo is in trouble of going down. He is quite hurt. He's trying to get out of there. Blue team themselves are in good position right now. There's a scout actually on the blue combo. Alpha goes down to Insom. Insom doing a nice job of sneaking up on Alpha and taking out the blue medic. So not going to be quite as much of a steamroll this time around. Blue medic did go down.
Pharaoh tried as best he could to defend himself from Mela and Clockwork at the end of that fight. Threw some stickies up top, did hit a few on the Mela, but it wasn't enough. He got taken out in the garage. So late demo death here for Pharaoh should mean that Lost in Translation can get a bit aggressive with their heals here. They might be able to take second if they move quickly enough. Pharaoh only just now spawning. Sakura's going to have about a 20% Uber advantage right now, just making sure he is on Uber since I don't have your fancy plugin that shows me he is indeed. So Uber versus Uber here, Pharaoh crawling through 2 right now. I'm waiting to see some aggression from Lost in Translation, and there it comes. They're going to take down Badonsky with the double scout rush. Sticky going to be dropped towards that other scout who was on the right side, and now they've taken full control of left yard. Alpha moving with his demo scout and soldier into the garage. Dummy on the low ground fighting off the scout. Alpha going to take about 50 damage there, but does back it out. Mela's in the Z. Clockwork's going to go down trying to make a play, but Mike's going to get the counter kill onto Insom. Right now, 6cuties just look all out of sorts. They don't really know where to fire, where to put their players, who exactly needs to defend where. And Lost in Translation can take advantage of this. Mela's heals are a little better, but look at this. Mike's up top, in on the flank. Sakura's going to pop the Uber on the point. Mike's going to go for that kill on the soldier. 1v1 going on up top. Sakura's going to have to back this off. Mela does go down. But yeah, 6 up now for 6cuties, and they've taken out 2 players. They should be in a great position to push.
A lot of chaos happening on that second point. The misstep from Lost in Translation there was they were very, very scattered with their plays. A lot of individuals going for a lot of individual plays. Meanwhile, the blob that was 6cuties kind of just sat there and surrounded a circle and just shot in all different directions and came out the winners. We do see a lot of frags though, and Clockwork's going to get a triple kill, taking down Sakura, the medic, Insam, and Tonepot before he finally gets taken down by Farrell. Farrell going to stop the bleeding for his team by taking out Clockwork. The Red are all over the point, trying to push out Lost in Translation, who do have the forward spawns. Long spawn for Mike. He's not up for another 16 seconds, so this could be the opportunity for 6cuties to get on the point, use their man advantage to bully out Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation have the forward spawns here. They have all of their players in yard. They could have contested that, but they chose not to. If you look, 6cuties, like 4 players are on their 2 right now, so that could have been a very good repush from Lost in Translation, but they chose not to risk it. They're just going to wait in yard. Ubers are even, so they didn't need to risk anything. They weren't drastically behind. They're just going to hold the doors here and see what see what 6cuties throws at them.
Yeah, and we do see that 15% advantage in favor of 6cuties right now, and we're approaching that classic Granary stalemate that, although they added that new ramp window, it doesn't really do much to alleviate it, and teams are just vying for position right now. Uber now up for 6cuties. They need to get a bomber play or something going in. Would like to see them push left like Clockwork's team did on the last stalemate that was here. We do have Tonepot kicking a lot of damage, almost gets picked. Pipes are coming in at him. He manages to stay alive, and teams are resetting. We do have where it comes. Here's the bomb. He's on the medic. Does he force the medic? Alpha, living large, does not pop. Was knocked down to about 30 HP. Decided just to hold on to it and living dangerously. Now the man advantage is in favor of Team Lost in Translation.
Yeah, we are going to see Badonsky down. Should give a lot of room here for Lost in Translation. Mike and Clockwork trying to work on his left side. They're actually getting pincered by the scout. Braun's going to get the kill onto Clockwork there. He's trying to take on Insam, but Mela then drops a rocket into Braun. Will kill him, so 5-5. Insam not really in the fight, only at 10 HP. See if 6cuties could even capitalize off this. They're not in the best position. There's a soldier watching Dummies back in that garage area. Dummy's going to back this up to get some ammo. And 6cuties couldn't really find anywhere to push after that fight. It's a little surprising, but Lost in Translation playing pretty solidly together.
Yeah, what I'm seeing a lot out of Lost in Translation is a lot of players wanting to be aggressive and maybe calling for their team to help them out. Maybe they're not used to doing that. As we do see right now, 6cuties are coming in. They're going to get the first kill onto Melee. Insam gets another, but there go a whole lot of kills for Lost in Translation. Not going to be enough, as Badonsky is able to take down one. Bronze takes Mike, and he gets another onto Tagaron, so only Clockwork left alive, clicking around. He's on the second point with 54, waiting for the health pack. He's in an unwinnable fight as he sees 2 scouts with a medic. He goes down. It's a full wipe for Lost in Translation. Uber ready for 6cuties DJC. We already have a scout on the point.
Yeah, that will be a round that should tie it up at 1-1. I've seen it asked in chat a few times. IT and Mixup played their first match. Might be a second later. Mixup got knocked to the lower bracket by a 5-1 score on Gullywash. We're here live with Lost in Translation for 6cuties in this Teamfortress.tv ZOWIE Invitational. And I really want to see what's going to happen on middle. I want to see some roamer action, Bloodsire, so I'm going to park my camera right on top of Badonsky. I really want to see what he's going to do, because Dummy has gotten a ton of damage on these middles, ton of pressure. Badonsky's going to go for the upper rollout here. We're going to wait, bide his time. Insam's already at the first death, so even more pressure on Badonsky, especially with the fair down. He's bombing towards the medic. One rocket on an Alpha, not enough Clockwork with the cleanup, and that's pretty much it for 6cuties. Sakura's alive, but he's getting chased. This looks similar to the first round, doesn't it? Clockwork chasing Sakura into last. Dummy's there. That crossbow's going to take Dummy down to 9 HP. Gives it the little anime face, and then Clockwork with the 3-shot. Moves on to the scout. Does not take down Insam. Nicely played by Insam, but with Sakura dead, Alpha has his full Uber. Insam now dies, trying to get aggressive towards 2. This should be an easy round for Lost in Translation. Double Soldier Bomb is going to come in here. They do get the force off. No kills have even come, so nice escape by Badonsky and Tonepot, but they've given up the point entirely. LIT are stacked on this. And that really, just nothing they could do there. Not enough numbers, no heals at all.
A little bit of a catch-22 there for 6cuties. They knew they had to pop the Uber, but once they popped the Uber, they were too low in health to fight the Uber. And of course, all at that point Lost in Translation had to do was get on the point and win the round, and they did exactly that. I'm going to give some scouts some love right now, because we've watched soldiers, we've watched demo men. Let's watch some scouts. I'm actually going to watch Bronze. Bronze playing pretty well in this game so far for his team. He's up on catwalk, a safe place for a scout to go. Sees a soldier jump in the air, going to try to get onto him. Puts a lot of damage into him. Pretty hurt. Shoot him in the back. He takes a lot of damage himself. Sees a scout, he's in a 1v1, kills him. So nice job from Bronze. He's on the hunt. He's a demo man. Only 2 left alive for blue team. It's Mela, the roamer, and Dummy, the demo man. Now he's helping fight that scout with that soldier with his scout. Bronze there with a double at least on middle, doing a good job. Only Dummy was left alive on that middle fight, so it goes to 6cuties.
Good call to watch Bronze there, really impactful on that mid fight. The demo man for my team, Dewatna, said this about Bronze one time: you shoot a sticky at Bronze and he meat shots it and then he meat shots you. Bronze is really, really good. Maybe doesn't get the greatest chance to shine on a mid-invite team, but I think the future is quite bright for Bronze. He's really probably the strongest player on their actual roster. Very, very talented. We're going to see him see the team trying to push into last year, but they're taking this very slowly. They're just waiting for good buffs. They have a huge advantage. Finally going to move in with both soldiers. Mike is going to die on that flank side to a combination of Pharaoh and Bronze. The Uber's in on the point. Both soldiers are there. No reinforcements for the game. Everyone was slow for 6cuties to get in. That's why Badonsky is going to die, as well as Bronze and Pharaoh. Dummy doing some work. Gets the double kill. Makes it a triple and a quad for Dummy, all with the sticky bomb. Unfortunately, not the quadruple pipe or whatever the hell Seabear called it at that one land. But Dummy with a nice play there, and Sakura is just going to bounce his way back to forward spawn and wait for his people to arrive. But a nice hold from Lost in Translation. You really saw the problem there was 6cuties just didn't have enough follow-up to the Uber. They had 2 soldiers in, but nobody else. Alpha is going to get forced very early here, though. 6cuties should even be able to get everyone out of this except for Bronze, who was dying quite valiantly for that. Wow, nice there. But look at Insom. Look at his hiding spot right now. He's actually trying to go for the soldier, but he got heard. His tag cleans him up, unfortunately, for Insom.
Yeah, and now we see Lost in Translation are literally holding W. Tonepot takes out Mike, but too strong on Lost in Translation as they have not stopped since the second point. They are just pushing forward. They're steamrolling. ×5 on the point. Ubers are about equal, so that's going to give 6cuties a little bit of a reprieve here to try to tighten things up and secure down this second choke here. But watch for the mix of the lit scouts to push out the left side and just go deep. And once you lose that left side on Granary, things start to fall like dominoes. So I expect that to be happening very soon here as both Ubers are up. Here it goes.
See Lost in Translation take over this left yard, but Alpha gets caught in between players and gets forced off very early. So did Sakura. 6cuties is actually going to have the worst Uber here, but Bronze runs into Clockwork, takes him down the flank. Mela's trying to plus forward here, but he's going to eat some stickies. Tonepot takes down Alpha as well. Unfortunately, Tim Dummy Olsen going for the plays afterwards will take down a few more. Tag is in behind. Unfortunately, cannot get to the health pack in time. And that is 3 up for 6cuties and a full wipe for Lost in Translation. 3 seconds out are Clockwork, Mela, and Alpha. So I would not expect 6cuties to get this freely. In fact, I would expect Clockwork to come running in as soon as he possibly can to try and fight this.
Yeah, and
he's put my camera right on him.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. He's already coming into middle. Trying to do as much as he can. He's going to back out a little bit, though. Actually, but here comes the bomb from Mela. Mela's taking down Tonepot, and Clockwork now he's on the point, putting in a whole lot of damage. And like you predicted, Lost in Translation just bullying out 6cuties, and they are on the hunt once again. They still have control of the middle point, so they can just keep pressing forward and use the over-aggression from 6cuties to just look at these kills coming. 6cuties are back on their heels, trying to back up. They're very close to Uber. Looks like they're going to pop it to try to defend second here. And nice job from Lost in Translation, just kiting away, jumping away from that Uber, not allowing Badonsky to do any sort of damage with it. He's trying his best, though. Gonna get taken down by Clockwork in the end. Now the Uber is up for Lost in Translation. They have a 3-man advantage with their full 6 alive. Not looking good here for 6cuties.
As I watched Badonsky's POV there, I could feel his sadness transferring to me as everyone jumped away. Insom gonna change the round, though, takes down Alpha. Aggression is still gonna come from Lost in Translation because they still have their buffs. They're gonna take down Sakura. Gonna try to move towards the point. Bronze gonna pistol down Dummy. There's a soldier above it that is tagged, going for the point. Gets a double kill on Tonepot and Pharaoh. He's alone. Nobody to block the capture. Despite Insom's clutch headshot, nothing can really be done about it. Lost in Translation still have their buffs. They just got in and used that extra health to advantage. A great advantage, rather.
Yeah, and a really good job from Tagron there, bombing in behind the skirmishing players and able to just pull a lot of damage and step onto the point and win it for his team. 3-1 in favor of Lost in Translation as we are entering the middle, number 5. Gonna take a look at a pocket this time. So let's pull it over to Tonepot as he is coming out of the catwalk right now. Just looking for his team. There comes the bomb. He's bombing towards the enemy blue box there. Puts a nice rocket into the soldier. Puts another one. Gets the kill onto Mela, who's trying to escape with that escape plan. Not good enough, and a lot of kills happening for 6cuties. Only Dummy left alive, and where is he? Looks like he is hightailing it out of there. Is he being chased? It doesn't look like it, although we have Tonepot trying to get there as quick as he can with his escape plan. He's just going to be a little bit of a nuisance on second. Not going to be able to do much with his lower health. But a nice job from 6cuties, really down in the rounds, coming back, turning things over, making a statement middle win, saying we're still in this game, and we're going to push you guys out and do our darndest.
We're pretty much even here. Lost in Translation had a slightly earlier spawn, but they just didn't build as efficiently as they could have. So we're just going to see a yard hold, really. 6cuties have control aggressively here. Lost in Translation really not trying to do anything in yard. They're content holding inside, especially with the way 6cuties Ubers have gone so far. I haven't felt like they've done a lot with them. That's Mike sitting there waiting. Unfortunately, drop down not quite the place it used to be, but he's going to drop down and go for the soldier. Vidonsky is dead as I slurp and slither over my words there. Insom down as well to Clockwork's rush out. And that was a huge play from Mike. Pretty much turned everything in Lost in Translation favor. Here comes the bomb from Mela onto the soldier, makes him airborne, pulls out the shoddy, but Mike is the one who gets the cleanup. And Sakura's going to try his best to run away with his Uber. It's just him and Bronze. I don't think they're going to be able to do much with this Uber. Even if they get spawns, they're not going to try to contest here. They're just going to hold yard.
Yeah, they really just need the whole yard here. They got to make sure that Lost in Translation didn't get over-aggressive and bully them into popping their Uber with their man advantage. Good thing for them, they didn't do that. Lost in Translation are stacking up in the yard now. They have actually popped Uber, so both Ubers are popped, both teams are shiny, and it looks like Lost in Translation just want to get around the combo. They are swinging left, but Insom is not having any of that. He takes down 2, takes down 3, takes down 4. A quad kill from Insom right now. Badonski's going to get another onto Tagaron. Only Clockwork left alive. Where is he? He's on the right side. He's on a flank, actually. It looks like he's going to go to second. Nobody has spotted him, so he's going to have a lot of cap time on this point. Might be able to get it. Here we are racing caps right now. Who's going to get it? The ×5 or the ×2? It's so close. It's identical. Clockwork's going to get it. He's on his way to last. He's going to meet a scout and a soldier, I believe, there. Here comes the scout.
Oh, Clockwork's taking the 1v1 pretty aggressively, though. He did a ton of damage to Insom, got it on 3, and Tonepot hit that late rocket to secure it, but that was really nice by Clockwork. And Sakura's actually going to die in the exchange here as Tag got aggressive, so it's now 3 down for 6cuties, only 2 dead for Lost in Translation. Make it 4 as Tonepot ate those sickies, and there's a scout in above. Insom down to 10 HP, actually lived, and right now Lost in Translation going to last. Insom's going to take down Dummy? Are you serious?
Yeah, Insom from the sky takes down Dummy. Too many Lost in Translation members to too few 6cutie members. And Lost in Translation put it up 4-1 in their favor. Guys, if you were just tuning in, you are watching the Team Fortress TV 8-Team Invitational Tournament sponsored by ZOWIE. Thank you for tuning in and watching us. We are bringing you all-day coverage of this one-day tournament. Things are starting to heat up here as we see DJC, Lost in Translation, a pretty big advantage now.
I'm going to give a little love to Tagarung over on the Lost in Translation side. Going to see what he does on this middle. People in chat are talking about his low damage per minute, but Tag has been really effective this game. We're going to see what he can do on this middle. Going to come out from the garage side, gets launched forward. Maybe not the best mid to start off watching him, but Tag's still going for it. He's in his left gap right now, going to bomb on the scout. Doing a lot of distraction work here, typical roamer stuff, and now he's going to come back in from the flank, and everything is already dead because Mike and Clockwork are so good. I think that was 5 kills for them, or 4 kills rather. That was really, really nice.
Sakura taking down Clockwork with an arrow. Special delivery of the express death-dealing arrow to Clockwork. Able to save himself and get out of there. He's got 68% Uber. Going to be able to get it up in time to defend last. Not going to have it defend second, but his teammates are spawning behind him. So it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have Uber up any second now for 6cuties.
Yes. Remember, the winner of this goes on to the lower bracket finals to face Classic Mix-Up. Scout's going to go on the medic here on Alpha. He is not going to survive. Insom did not do what he had hoped to do. Clockwork is going to die on the point, though. Lost in Translation have full control of the high ground. Badonsky is going to go down to the enemy room where Tag. Uber's popped off for 6cuties, and then a counter pop from Lost in Translation should be way better. Sakura's trying to get his players out, but this has been a solo Uber the whole way for Melee here. He's into last with the scout support. Drops a lot of damage on a Sakura, spamming the soldier heavily. Sakura down to 8 HP. One more rocket is all it takes in the long-range kill. Dummy, kind of sad, just sitting there camping. I bet he wishes so badly he could be in this fight. He is going to get his team the point, and that should be the game here. It's just Badonsky. Can we see some miracle play?
Badonsky right now, he jumped away from last point, but there's a demo man on it. He's got to get out there to defend it. 1 second left. Spawns for the scouts. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Badonsky down. Here come the scouts, and that's going to be the game, like he called it. And a nice job from Lost in Translation with a revenge win onto 6cuties, knocking 6cuties out of the tournament and advancing themselves forward.
Yeah, I thought 6cuties looked really good there, honestly. They made some missteps, but they really impressed me in that. Lost in Translation, just too strong of a collection of players, and I've got good news for all of you guys watching. We're going to jump to the next game really fast. We have the STV, we're swapping over, we are pretty much ready to go. The players are already joining, so it's time for Lost in Translation versus Mix-Up. This might be the most anticipated match of this all. Honestly, Blood, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I talked a little bit about the Banny, Platinum, Clockwork trifecta of invite that the last seasons or the last few seasons have been, and we're going to see finally the Clockwork team versus the Platinum team. It's going to happen right now. A strong win, a nice showing from Lost in Translation there. We had talked about how they had a scout play before, wasn't their normal scout, so they didn't play that well, looked a little shaky. That turn around just now, they played very well with that 5-1. They had a better score against 6cuties than Mixed Up did, actually, so could be a very close match. I'm expecting another great one, and I'm happy that we're going right to it.